just finished uploading my Halloween Flosstube video for the last half of October, and this is now the 1st of November. I had mentioned at the end of that video that the next thing I was going to start for the 1st of November was this kit. It's a button and beads kit from Mill Hill, their Christmas Village series, and this is the Palace Theater. That's what it's supposed to look like when it's done. And this is how much I completed this evening. Oops, it's upside down. There we go. So, oh, the glare from that. There we go. So that's how much I got done this evening, or today I should say, right through the middle of the piece and the top of the surrounding for the tall windows and doors at the bottom of the theater. So yeah, so that's how much I got done today. I'm going to hit the hay and be back at this again tomorrow and possibly working on my sweater for a little bit. We'll see. Lulu? This is Lucille. Say hi, Lulu. Lucy's a white boxer. She's keeping me company because my husband is gone to the shop to work for a little while, and he left her at home. She's all upset because she got left behind. I am working on the sock I'm doing for my daughter. This is the Hermione's Everyday Sock pattern. It has like a textured leg and foot. I added in a different color for the cuff. I was going to add it in for the heel and toe, but I think I'm just going to do the toe. And I'm just starting the heel flap. So I've got about half of the heel flap done. And I'm doing a different heel flap though than the pattern calls for. I found a heel that has this almost like a rib texture to it. It's a little bit plain. It doesn't have the garter edges, but what it does have, I don't know if this is going to focus, we'll try it. What it does have is it gives you this chain edge. It almost looks like a crochet chain on both sides of the heel flap. So when you go back to pick up your stitches for the heel to close it up, it actually makes it really easy to pick up the stitches because you can see where to pick them up very clearly. So I thought that was interesting. So I was going to try it out on this heel. And because of the ribbing texture, it actually gives you this other texture on the inside, which kind of reinforces the heel a little bit, which makes it better for wear. Because this yarn that I'm knitting this out of is not a sock yarn, and I know it's not going to wear well. It's just a regular acrylic yarn that is like a sport weight, like it's thinner than a worsted, but it's thicker than your typical sock yarn. But that's what my daughter wanted. She wanted a thicker sock, so that's why I'm using this yarn. And it was something I had in my stash, something that was left over from another project, and I had plenty of it. That's the blue, and that's the cream I'm using. So I'm going to work on this heel flap and see if I can get this done this evening. I really want to get this sock finished so I can cast on the second one and get this pair done for her because it's getting colder, and I wanted to try and get them finished for her birthday. How about a quick cooking lesson? This lasagna-sized pan of tortellini takes me about 10 minutes to make, and then to put together. And then it takes about, I don't know, 20 minutes in the oven. It's super simple, it's really easy, and it's very filling and tasty, and it just takes no brain effort at all. I buy a large package of meat-filled tortellini, which are fresh, the fresh ones. Large family-size package of that. You boil that for 5 minutes in your large pot. You then strain off all the water. You throw in a large can of diced tomatoes, a smaller can, I like these ones, of the Italian seasoning accents. They're like chunky stewed tomatoes. And then on top of that, you pour in some Italian dressing. Now, any kind of Italian dressing will do. And in regards to how much, this is a regular size salad dressing bottle. There was about this much left from there down in the bottom of the bottle. I poured all of that in. Mix it all up in your pot so the pasta gets wet, and just dump it in a pan, top it with cheese. That's it. Done. In the oven it goes for about 20 minutes until the cheese gets all bubbly on the top and it crisps up a little tiny bit. Easy peasy. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday. I think it's November the 6th. I'm just having my morning coffee. It's a little bit of a gray day outside, and I'm going to work on my Mill Hill kit, I don't know, for about an hour or so this morning, and then I have some errands to run this afternoon, and this evening I'm going to switch to my Wrecker Girls piece. So let's see how many stitches I can get into this morning. I don't anticipate a lot, but we'll see what we can get done. Hey guys, so it is now November the 8th. I did manage to get a fair bit of this done the other day. I stitched in the front parts for the doors, finished off the white for these areas, and then I moved up and actually started the top portion of the theater. I didn't actually work on my Wrecker Girls that night. I was still feeling the effects of a bad headache and figured this would be a better migraine hangover project than working on Ada with tinier holes. So that's how far I got on this piece. After that, so let me put this away. I did work on Emma's socks that I'm knitting, and I had knit the heel flap and started the heel turn, and then picked up the stitches for the gusset and had knit most of the gusset when I realized that I had continued it in this same blue. I had done the cuff in this cream color, and she actually wanted her heels done in cream and the toe. So I made the painful decision to rip it all back. So that's what I did. So I've added in the cream, and I restitched the heel flap and have turned the heel again. I don't think you can see that very clear because I'm moving it around too much and the camera's not focusing, but there you go. So far so good. So now that I've got the heel turned, I'm at the section now where I'm going to start picking up the stitches along the edge for the so I can stitch the gusset again, and that's where I've left it. I'll pick that back up again probably tomorrow morning, get a little bit of stitching done on that tomorrow morning, and I'll show you Wrecker Girls. I did get some more done. I stitched on this morning for a while and yesterday evening. So I finished off this section here that comes up around her foot. I think I had only done to here last time you would have seen it. So I finished this, and then I started filling in this second leg coming down here, and that's what I'm currently working on at the moment. So I still have some confetti stitches that had to be done on this page. I just haven't had it in me to go back and fill them in yet. Plus, I am missing a color. I ran out of one of these light colors, and don't have another one in my stash, so I need to make my way into Michael's to pick that up probably tomorrow so I can get some more stitches in there. So that is the current state of the stitching. Not too bad. Hey guys, it's Friday the 9th of November. What do you do when it's cold and blowing a gale outside and it's calling for snow this weekend? You go to Michael's and you buy yarn. I needed a new set of knitting needles, 3.75, to do the band on my cardigan. So I went and picked up a set of needles, a cable needle, and while I was there I picked up this product at Michael's. This is wool-like similane? I don't even know how to pronounce that. It's wool-like is the call, and it's from Loops and Threads. Sorry for the glare on the packaging there. I want to knit, when I'm done my Comfort Fade Cardi, other than always having a pair of socks on the needles, I want to do Andrea Mowry's yoga shawl. It's like this big, huge, cozy, wrapped shawl. She knit it in a fingering weight yarn, but it's really huge and there's buttons on it. So you can wear it like a poncho, or you can wear it like a shawl or a wrap or whatever. So I want to knit one of those, and it calls for a lot of yarn. And I couldn't justify the expense of a really nice hand-dyed yarn for the amount it called for. So I kind of went through what Michael's had, and I came across this. So this is acrylic, I believe. That noise you hear in the background is my dryer, if you hear anything. Yeah, so this is 85% acrylic and 15% nylon, but it is super soft, like really, really soft, unbelievably soft, and it's very thin. It's a very lightweight yarn, so it would be like what I've already knit my wrap out of before, my shawl. So yeah, so I bought enough of this to do that pattern. My saving grace is that my cardigan is still on the needles, and I refuse to buy an extra set of needles because I'll cast on a second project. I want to finish the cardigan before I start this, but I did go get the yarn for it. So got the yarn. I also got the two colors that I had run out of that I need for Record Girls. Need this to finish. And I didn't have any in my stash, and I looked and couldn't find it. So I got this. And yeah, so the rest of my afternoon is going to be spent folding a bit of laundry, and I'm going to get back to Record Girls, and I'm going to get back to my daughter's socks because I want to have those finished. Well, I doubt I'm going to have them done by her birthday, but it would be nice if I did. I ripped back that entire heel, which I already had said, and I put the heel on in cream. So now I've picked up my gusset stitches. I don't know how you can see those there, but I picked those back up. And so now I'm knitting the gusset, and the heel is in cream. And these are larger because I knit them in more like, it's like a DK weight yarn. It's a heavier yarn. Not as thick as worsted, but almost. And it's just an acrylic, so it's a wash and dry yarn. Nothing fancy. I think they're, I want to say they're Red Heart. The big, like the large balls of Red Heart, but not the Super Saver, because that's like a worsted weight. This is a little bit thinner. Anyway, I don't know what it is. They're sport weight, I think is what they call it, but it's almost like a DK when you look at the size of it. If I compare it to the DK I'm using for my cardigan. Anyway, so that's it for me today. I'm going to get back to working on Record Girls. I'll switch the camera around, and show you that in a little bit. It's really snowing. Looks pretty, but I still have summer tires on my car. Yeah, I think I need to get that remedied. It's my backyard. My lawn furniture, like my deck furniture, is still out. Yeah, I think the hubby needs to put that away this weekend. Hey guys, today's November the 11th. It's Remembrance Day. I got up from sleeping from my night shift and I've been putting in a few more stitches here. I've been concentrating on some mindless stitching, really. So there's some solid blocks of color that come in through here, and that this whole section here is like background color, and I don't have to do a whole lot, I just need to fill in. So I added some stitches in here, and I added some in here, and I don't know if I showed yesterday or not, but I did this section, all these brown stitches. So yeah, that page is coming along. I kind of came up with an idea of what I want to do next month for December. Last year I did Christmas stitching for the entire month of December. But I'm really focused, like I want to get this piece done by the end of the year. But I don't want to burn myself out on it either. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one of those random generators, plug all my Christmas whips and Christmas stitching into it, and each day spin the wheel. Whatever piece comes up, I'll spend at least 1 hour that day stitching on that piece, and then the rest of the time that I have for stitching, if any, I will spend on this piece here. Because I've worked out how many stitches I have to get done every day in order to complete this by the end of the year, and it's doable. It is doable, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's my plan. So I'm going to figure out how many Christmas whips I have and see how that will work out for the month of December. Hey everyone, it's Friday, November 16th. It's been a couple of days since I have recorded anything, and this is where Record Girls is now. It's really coming along. I've filled in a lot down here and up here. I filled in this whole leg, finished this here off. Now I just need to fill in the separation for the two legs there. And I filled in, I think this brown probably, since you saw it left, I can't remember. I know this gray is new. So yeah, it is coming along. It's getting closer and closer to a finish. I think I'm actually going to finish up this video by showing you what my plans are for December. And then I might take a little break from recording for a week or so, because I think I'm going to do Vlogmas again this year. And Vlogmas, if you don't know, is where you do a vlog video a day, either for the 12 days of Christmas, or you can do it for all the days leading up to Christmas, or you can do it for the entire month of December. I did it last year and I uploaded a video every day. Sometimes they were just a minute or two long, and some days they were a few minutes longer. I think I'm going to try that again this year and just show you what I'm working on every day, because I'm going to do some Christmas stitching or Christmas related stitching every single day of the month, besides working on Record Girls, with the intent of getting this finished by December 31st. So we'll see how that goes. So I may upload, I may tack on another video showing you the pieces I've pulled for December and what I'm planning on doing with them. Hey guys, it is Saturday, November 17th, and I thought I would finish off this bit of the video talking about what my plans are for December, because I really want to do some Christmas stitching, but because I don't want to get burnt out on Record Girls, but I do want to have that finished by the end of the year. And I can totally get it done by the end of the year if I get like, I think it's like 250 stitches or 300 stitches. It's 250 stitches done a day, basically, which is basically 2.5 blocks of stitching. So it's totally doable. I came up with a plan so that I will stitch on some kind of December, winter, Christmassy sort of thing every single day. And what I did was I took all of the pieces that I wanted to work on for December, because last year I stitched like the whole month of December was Christmas stuff. So I came up with a list and I put it in my journal. There we go. And I have to apologize for the lighting down here. It is horrible. Usually this lamp that's above me is behind me for my stitching, so we're just gonna have to make do. So here's my, that's not it. That was December last year. Where's December this year? Here we go. December this year. Okay, let's see if I can do this without losing everything out of my journal. So here we go. So I basically put a list in my journal. There are a couple of days you'll see already crossed out. That's because those are days that I want to work on specific pieces. So I'm going to go down through these, and what I did was I put them all in one of those spin the wheel decision maker things, and I think I have 9 projects. I think it's 9. And if I do that, then leaving out the couple of days that I want to work on other items, I think I can work on everything about 2 days each, maybe 3 for some. So I just have a random picker on my phone, and I loaded all of the pieces into that, and then yeah, we'll just go through it. So here's, I'm going to go through the list so we can all see it together and I can tell you exactly what I'm working on. Okay, so on the 1st of December, I want to start a new Mill Hill kit with Claire from Pyrex Stitches. And I think the one I'm going to start is Buttons and Beads Town Hardware. Sorry for the glare, but I'm not going to take this stuff out of the packaging. So that's the Button Beads Town Hardware. I'm going to start that on December 1st and work on that for a couple days. So the idea is that I would get my 250, 300-ish stitches or whatever done on Record Girls that I need to get done, and then I would work on this whatever time I have left over those couple of days. So that's my plan. Of course, plans are meant to be broken. We'll see how far I get with it. So that's the first piece. Then the next piece, it'll just be a random generator. I want to work on another Mill Hill that I picked out of my thing. This is the Buttons and Beads Kit Palace Theater. I started this on the 1st of November with Claire, Pyrex Stitches. So I'd like to get some more done on that one. I got a pretty good start on it in November, so I got a fair bit done. So that's that one. That's 2 pieces. The third one is another Mill Hill kit, Button and Beads. This one is the clock repair shop, the clock shop. I started this one last year and just never got around to finishing it. So I'm at the point on this one where I'm actually doing the beading. So it'll be fun to work on a bit of beading. I'll just show you quickly. So this is where I am with this one. I got quite a bit done. So yeah, I just want to work on the beading and get the beading finished. Look at all those pretty beads. Love it. Okay. This is a new start. This one is Dimensions Gold Collection. It's called Winter's Hush. And I'll see if I can get See if you can see the picture. I know there's a glare, but that's it. And what you're seeing in the reflection is the back side of my Wrecker Girls piece, I think. This was gifted to me very kindly by a fellow stitcher, and I haven't had the opportunity to start it yet. So I really, really would like to start this year. So this is on the list to start this December. As you can see, I've already taken the things out. I had a quick look through it last year when I thought I was going to start it, and I just didn't get around to starting it. But this year it's getting a start. So that's that one. Of course, I have my, so that would be a new start. I have my Mirabilia Santa's Magic that I started a couple years ago or last year in July. I don't know how well you can see that picture, but I just love him. And I have that started already. So I'd like to work on that one. So that's going to be in my rotation for December. Then I have my Hade, which I don't have here in my lap. That's actually in my craft room. A Christmas Carol. I want to work on that during Christmas. And I actually have decided that I'm not going to spin the wheel for that one. We always watch A Christmas Carol, the old black and white version one. Every year we watch that on Christmas Eve. So on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I want to work on that piece this year. Then I have another new start. Now I just have I don't have the actual, I don't have the actual chart here in this bag because I just have my photocopy. I still work from paper copies. I know a lot of people use PDFs or what have you, or the Mirabilias, they just mark up the original chart. I'd rather hand it on to someone so they can use it later, past the stash, so to speak. So I always photocopy my charts so that I can mark on them as I stitch them. This is actually a Nora Corbett piece, and it's going to be a new start for me. It's part of the Christmas Eve Couriers group. I think there were like reindeers, and anyway, this particular one is Santa's Sleigh. So I just have the black and white picture of it, but I have the linen all ready for it, and I have all the Krennic, and I think I might have the beads as well. I'm not sure about the beads, but I want to start that one. So that's in the rotation. Then there are two other little Mill Hill kits here. One was already open because I did start it before and I just never finished it. Let's see if I can get it down here. This is Santa's Face by Mill Hill. It's just a little ornament kit. And the last one is Celebration Santas by Mill Hill. This is Merry Christmas Santa. There you go. So that will be all my Christmas stitching. So I'm hoping to work on each of these pieces for about 2 days throughout the month of December, and then Wrecker Girls will be worked on every single day. We'll see how it goes. I think that's all the pieces. Home Hardware Shop, Christmas Carol, Santa's Sleigh, Santa's Magic, Santa's Face, the Santa, and the Theater. Yeah, that's them. So, it should be a fun December. I'm going to do Vlogmas again this year, which I did last year. So basically that is a vlog style video every single day of the week leading up to Christmas. And some people carry it on past Christmas and some people don't. I can't remember. I think I stopped at Christmas last year. I think I just did the 12 days leading up to Christmas last year. Like the 12 days of Christmas. Leading up to Christmas? Yeah, I think that's what I did. Anyway, neither here nor there. I am going to start on the 1st of December with Vlogmas, and we'll see how it goes. That way I'll be able to update you and show you what I'm working on every single day, and you'll get to share a bit of that with me and whatever else I've got going on while I'm trying to work, take care of the house, and get ready for Christmas. Anywho, I hope everyone has had a fabulous November so far. Keep stitching, and we will talk with you soon. Bye.